Welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for tonight's second game matchup. This one being between the Camel City Mafia, who come in tonight with a 1-1 record overall. They currently sit in a tie for second place. Right behind them in yellow is going to be the Scranton Stranglers here tonight, rocking their brand new jerseys for this season. They as well sit with a 1-1 record. One of those four teams currently tied in second place. Taking a look around the standings, the Burke Street Boys sit with a 2-1 record atop of this league, followed by the Mafia, Silverback Stranglers, and Cavemen, all tied at 1-1. And then the Trash Pandas are just behind them with a 1-2 record, winning game number 1 tonight. That was against the Burke Street Bullies. And a barn burner at that, a 5-4 final, with that game-winning goal coming with all of about a minute and a half to go in that third period. Warm-ups is all complete here inside the Fairgrounds Arena, so we're just moments away from puck drop here between the Stranglers and the Mafia. The two netminders here tonight, first for the Mafia, that's going to be Brandon Rhodes, 901 save percentage with a 3.5 goal against average. And on the other side, for the Stranglers, it's going to be Nick Rowe, 863 save percentage with a 5 flat goal against average. Once again, we do have jerseys, and I have the full roster here for the Stranglers, so we're getting a lot closer to what it should be for a normal game where I have information for everyone. As for the Mafia, as you can see here on the screen, they're the team in black. They still don't have their jerseys to come in yet, so they're still just rocking a dark color jersey. Fortunately for me, I know a handful of these guys, some of those being Jason Richard, Tyler Kilmer, Seta Cassie, including Josh Zabecki. And once again, for the Stranglers, got their full roster, so we are all good for them here tonight. It's going to be the top line out here for the Stranglers. It's Rob Hosevar set to play over at the left wing, as we are just about underway here inside the Fairgrounds Arena. 20 minutes up on the board, and away we go as the Stranglers are able to win this one back to their defensive partner. D-to-D pass goes up top. Tried to get a centering feed over to Gerbert, just through his feet as Hosevar working right in front of the net. Centering feed had a chance right out in front of the net. Zabecki trying to clear it out. Stranglers still have it in. Working down into the corner, Hosevar with it. Spinning around, trying to create some room from Zabecki. As so far, that one behind the back of the net, and here comes the Mafia away with it. Has a chance for some odd numbers as it's 4-on-2. That's definitely going to be played off sides. Having to wait to retouch back in on, and here comes the Stranglers back right to left. Holds with its Copa, looking for his first goal of the season as this goes back behind the net. Hosevar with it, and send it right back the other way. Gerbert sitting in front of the net. Copa able to punch it up the far side and keep it in to the corner. Mafia going to ring that down, link to the boards, all the way down it goes, past Nick Rowe for an icing. 1 minute gone here in this first period. A very short bench here on the night for the Stranglers. Mafia with just over one full line change. And going back into game number 1, the Trash Pandas had a large bench area. Very quick shot from the Stranglers. Goes on the net. A rebound shot just goes wide. That one off the body of Copa. On the back of that, Mafia once again with it. From the near side half board, is going to throw a cross ice feed. That's going to be picked up by... Apologies here. Trying to read these numbers. It's going to take a little bit here, as I believe it was 47. What? Yeah. Throw into the corner, centering feed. Zabecki had a tip as that just got sent wide. Down low, trying to get a centering feed. Hits the near side boards. hosts of our trying to work it out as it was Sedekasi that kept it in for a time being. Mafia trying to get it back over for Sedekasi. Still yet to get his first penalty minute of the season. On top of that, he has 1 goal on the season. That's the only points he has thus far. Working it forward, Copa has it. Trying to get it around 1, comes down low. Mafia still with it down the near side half boards, works up for 82. So just dump it down from the near side corner. Bullock lost it behind the back of the net. Gonna come out front for once again, apologies here. Trying to get all the names and numbers here. Pilhorn down on the near side half boards. He is in the number 39. Taking the drop here is going to be the number 9 of Copa. Puck's drop. Copa not able to win this one back as it's dropped deep from 64, I believe, of Vale. Very well possibly could be as he's back by the net. Still with it are the Mafia. Cross ice feed, finds his partner, hits the blue line, trying to get around 1. Apt up to the far side, able to get it to Gerber. Public profile. Yo. Up to center. That's going to go down the length of the ice. That's going to go on the net of Rhodes, playing down into the corner. Mafia still with it, able to get around Pilhorn. Here comes the Mafia, still in a scoreless game here. Only 1 shot on goal so far. That was the Stranglers a couple of minutes ago. So 14:55 to go here in the period. And here comes a chance for the Stranglers back the other way. Up to the far side, just through the reach of 1 as Bullock was looking to get shot number 2. Here's Pilhorn. Shot goes off the pad of Rhodes and down into the corner. Pilhorn still with it. Up to App, fires one on, goes off the skate of 31 of the Mafia. And here they come the other way. It's going to be a 2-on-3. Going to be a 2-on-2 now as it hit the blue line. Shot gets blocked by Apt as it heads into the far side corner. Bring it downhill, Pilhorn with it. Trying to get around Vale. Vale nearly had a chance for a very quick breakaway in front of the net. Instead, it's going to be poked back the other way. Don't talk to him about it. Center, Sabecki's shot goes wide. Next time I see Danny, I'll just, hey, is this your girlfriend's number? Here comes Apt, having to beat 1 shot, tip. Netminder got a piece of it, kept it at the top of the point. Graham looking for his first point of the season. Trying to work it down, loose in the corners. Here comes a Mafia away with it. And sent right back in the other way from the team in yellow. Letting Sedekasi come away with it. Nearly lost it to Gerbrant as it's going to be played through center ice and down for Graham. Trying to get it over for Edwin just through his feet. Sabecki trying to send it back to the right. A little bit of pitch and catch here. Eventually finds it stick over to Sedekasi. Long shot goes wide. Can be picked up from Cope in the far side corner. Having to beat around 2 Mafians. One of those being Josh Sabecki. Chips it forward, and here comes Sabecki 1-on-1, taking it up high. Able to get around, and a lone shot, score! Sharp angle shot. Able to beat Nick Rowe above the right shoulder. Pokes this one home, makes it 1-0 in favor of the Mafia, just like that. Mafia so far in their 2 games once again sit with a 1-1 record. Opening night they won 8-2. Game number 2 they lost 5-3 against the Burke Street Bullies. That was the team that lost earlier on in the night. There's a chance up top for the Stranglers. Long shot got sent wide. Coming down low, nearly kept in at the point as the Mafia are able to work it out to center, and downlink to the ice it goes. That is not going to be far enough for ice, and Copa is going to take it back behind the net as he's able to pick up the change. Full head of steam here. Able to deke around one, hits the blind just in onside. That very well could have been a questionable call here. Regardless, it stays alive. Pinhorn trying to keep it in down. Graham, that is, trying to keep it in down low. We'll throw it around the back of the net of Rhodes. This is going to come up top. Sedicassia with it. Chips it forward for Sebecki. 2-on-2. Has hit the blind. Hold shot. Goes wide into the corner. Sebecki, the one goal so far in the night. Now so Sebecki wants his first point of the season. Here's Sedicassia. Chance. Shot. A bouncing buck. Has chance from Sebecki on the far side. Shoot. Scores. Tipped right on the back door. Finds its way to go in. And Bill Kim gets his first goal of the season. Just like that, it's 2-0 in favor of the Mafia. Both goal scorers getting their first points of the season. Played down low into the corner. Vale away with it. Chopping it up to the far side. Cross ice feed, not able to get a stick to it. That's going to go down with the ice for an icing. Right at 10.5 to go here in the first period. Down low in the corner, first and two, it's going to be a Strangler. Trying to get a centering feed. Vale able to intercept the pass, but not able to get it out. Shot got tipped from 6 of Gerbrandt. As it's going to come up top for 82 of the Mafia. Gets pinched off. Here comes Apt. They have numbers if they hurry. Netminder way out of his crease as Rose. Apt shot. Saved off the left pad as Vale is able to take it away. Got a centering feed but couldn't hold on to it. Played down low. If you want to. I wouldn't worry about it. Because I told you I wasn't going to respond in the first place. I'm going to talk to Danny. I'm not going to. Just out of the feet of Gerbrandt. Finds a connecting feed for 31 of the Mafia. Drops it up top. From the top of the circle. Shot! Save made by Rowe. Goes up and out of play. With 8:11 to go here in the period. And while I was out just a moment ago, the Stranglers are able to put one past Brandon Rhodes. Gets the first one of their night as it's 2-1. Sebecki with a quick shot coming down low. Trying to clear it out as that's going to go. Too low? Too loud. Okay, fixed it. Sebecki with a drop as it's going to come down low to the corner. Stranglers cleared up and out of play. So we'll have another offensive zone here draw for the Mafia. Sebecki's line's going to remain out alongside the line here for the Stranglers. Looks like it's going to be Rob Hosevar taking the draw. 7:02 to go here in the period. Tied up off the draws. It's going to come out of the point. Apologies there. Sedekassi not able to hold it in. Finds the puck through the neutral zone and gets it stolen away. Here's a chance for Hosevar. If he's able to beat it, can as a netminder of Rowe comes up. Apologies there. That was Rhodes comes out of the crease to play it. There has a chance here. Has a man sitting on the back door. Hosevar to the far side. Backhanded shot. Had a tip to it, and Rhodes was able to keep it out of the back of the net. Mafia taking it back the other way. They're going left to right here in this first period. Sebecki not able to hold it on. Going to be played behind the back of the net from Apt. Going to ring it down low. Sedekassi keeps it in. Winds up. Fires. Trying to get a tip down low. Not able to keep it in once again with Sedekassi. Will not be far enough for icing. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Loose puck out to center ice for Graham. From center ice, tipping it forward. Just able to hold it in on sides. Trying to cut it out front. Gerbert holds one, hands it. Drops it back, but not able to get a shot off. A hardy collision there on the far side is here comes Sebecki. Graham up to the far side. Trying to get it over. That might be too loud now. Oh. Graham to the far side, trying to chip it forward to himself. Couldn't as it's turned over. Here's a chance for Kim. Scored one so far on the night. Larry had a chance for goal number 2. Back over for Kim. Trying to get a centering feed. Comes out for the Stranglers, and here they come, dropping it down low. Haley skates it. Spinning around. Shot goes wide. Trying to get it there was Copa. Just through the feet of one. Holds. Shot. Save. Rebound shot. Not able to lift it. Had the chance as he was beat all the way towards that pad. As Sedekassi's not happy there after being taken down to the ice. Is tonight the night that Vince Sedekassi will get his first penalty? I'm not a betting man, but the odds are definitely in that favor. Chance down low here for the Stranglers, shipping it forward for Hosevar, hitting the blue line 2-on-2, down low, having to get around Vale. Centering feed. Here comes Sebecki, shot goes off the back. Loose down in the corner, trying to get a centering feed. Here's Vale, trying to go forehand, backhand. Hosevar gets hit by a friendly fire. Vale dropping it back. Heading to the blue line, got tripped. There's going to be a tripping call. And just like that, we have our first penalty of the night. And this one is not going against Sedekassi. Clock's going to be stopped here. 3:41 to go in the period, and it looks like it's going to be going up against the Stranglers. It's going to be on number 36, indeed, Hosevar. Got 2 minutes where I could only assume it to be tripping. So we have ourselves a power play here from the Mafia. They currently are leading 2-1. A power play goal here would be huge for them. Back in game number 1, the Brook Street boys ended up scoring a short-handed goal with about 2 seconds left to go on the penalty. Shot from Sedekassi goes wide. Calling for it open in the slot, not able to get it to him. Rebound shot goes off a body. And here comes Copa down short-handed, trying to clear it out. Backhanded out eventually on the second effort. Comes down low for Sedekassi, just out of his reach. As it's down low, drop back. Sedekassi from the right circle, whiffs on the shot attempt. Clears it down low behind the net, pressuring hard Copa. Copa with it, trying to backhand it out. Kept in at the left point. Deeks around one, still with it at the top of the point. Fires one, got tipped. Playing it to the near side. Apologies there to the near side corner. Sedekasi fired on the far side. Had a man waiting on the back door as Apt was trying to get a chance short-handed here with Hocevar in the box. 1 minute to go. With Hocevar down 1 minute in the penalty. That's a delayed offsides call. Whistle blown nonetheless with 41 seconds to go here on the man advantage as Hocevar sits in the box for the next 35 seconds. Puck drop comes down low. 15 seconds to go on the penalty to Hocevar. Comes down low. Kim trying to fire on it on. Here's a chance. Fires on it on. Kilmer nearly had a chance. And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Vale down low. Kilmer just barely able to keep it on for a second as here comes the Stranglers right to left. To the blue line. Gerbrandt fires one. Goes off the crossbar and up and out of play. What a shot there from Gerbrandt. Has 1 assist so far in the season. Still going to get his first goal. As for the Stranglers, Bullock, 4 goals, no assist on the season. Everyone else besides Gumpa has 2 goals. Apologies, there. Nelson as well has 2 goals. JD Apt, Edwin, Jones, Pringer all have 1 goal. The rest of them still looking to get there first. For the other side for the Mafia, Curtis Olympic has 3 goals on the season. Clayton, Ely both with 2. Then there's quite a few with 1, including Richard, Kilmer, Sedekasi, and Kurth. The rest of them still looking to get their first point of the season. Kilmer ended up hitting some ice up top. Tyler Kilmer being one of those men that are helping me on the broadcast this year. Still trying to teach him the ways that I like to do it here up in the broadcast booth for PHA, especially only having 1 minute intermissions. As we talk about intermission, we are 10 seconds away. 2-1 is your score in favor of the Mafia. So we'll take a quick 1 minute break here in about 5 seconds. And we'll be back here for the start of period number 2.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back here for the start of period number 2. Apologies there. I had a mic muted for the first 2 or 3 seconds of the period. Centering feed has a chance. Comes down low from the Stranglers. Nearly a chance here with about 15 seconds into period number 2. Zabecki down low into the corner. Going to take it behind the back of the net. Zabecki trying to get a centering feed back over to the man usually wearing number 9. Today he's wearing a sweatshirt, not in a jersey. Centering feed once again for Zabecki. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time. turned over, and now is a chance for Graham behind the back of the net. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey here after the penalty on Hocevar in the first. Shot tipped. Sebecki gets thrown down to the ice, and there's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be on a Strangler. We'll see here when the clock gets stopped. 18:55, and it keeps on going. Never mind, I seen a hand raised for a penalty, and then they decided to just wave it off, if you will, as here comes a chance for the Stranglers. Sebecki turns it over from a sharp angle behind the back of the net, trying to get a centering feed. One touches it forward, just kept in as it goes off the shin pad of one. Here comes Gerbrant. Took it off the shin, now trying to get in the back of the net. Deeks it outside of Cassie. Shot goes high off the back glass, with Rhodes nearly getting a chance on that one. Copa through center, Apt with it. Here comes Apt. Down a man, 2-on-3. To the far side behind the back of the net, has a man waiting on the back door, drops it down low. Shot goes off the post from Copa. Apt. Sharp angle shot off the back of the net. Comes out, centering feed. Nobody but a black sweater there to take possession. Had it in the feet of one. I believe that was in the feet of 39 at Pillhorn. Sedekasi drops it down low, out of the reach of one, but not going to be far enough for Rising. App's going to be the first one to it, taking it behind the back of his own net. Trying to fire a long shot pass there. That's going to be all the way down low for Hocevar. Just able to hold it in. Sedekasi nearly applying a hard hit in this non-checking league, as it's going to be up to the far side. Apt with it. Thought about firing a pass up to the far side. Instead, we'll have to rethink his options, as that got turned over from the Mafia up to the far side corner. Firing his man down into the corner was a Strangler. Getting a little bit chippy here from the team in yellow and the team in black. Mafia fires one in, tipped right out in front, finds a yellow jersey. As it's going to be Copa up to the far side and out to the neutral zone. Sedekasi's the first one to it. Sedekasi spinning around, being pressured from Hocevar, as he'll just dump that down length of the ice. Not going to be an icing, says Steve Oakes. Sedekasi fires him on. Save made by the netminder of Rowe. Keeps this one out of the back of the net. Keeps the score 2-1 in favor of the Mafia. Next game's on the season. That's going to be on January 20th. It's coming Tuesday. Trash Pandas will take on the Silverbacks in game number 1 at 9. Then the Cavemen and the Burke Street Bullies will battle it out in game number 2 of the season at 10:30. Now, for those wanting to tune into that game, once again, it will still be here on YouTube for both of them. And for the handful of family members that do come and watch, understandably not many, there will be, well, I guess this applies to the players as well. There's going to be a Wake Forest basketball game starting at 9. Glove save from Nick Rowe, keeps this one out and keeps it a 2-1 game. There's going to be a Wake Forest basketball game at 9 o'clock over here at the Lawrence Joel Veteran Memorial Coliseum. So parking for that game is going to be back in the employee lot. It's not going to be over in the regular parking lot unless you're expecting to pay right at $20 or more. That's going to be delayed offside. Sebecki and the man down low, I believe that was Kettner, was still offsides there. 14:30 to go here in the second period. Has she said anything here now? Turned over down low. Here's a chance. 3-on-3 for the Mafia. Taking down low. Sharp angle shot. Save made by Rose. It's going to trickle its way up to the far side and downlink to the ice it goes. This should not be far enough for an icing. No, it will not be, but nobody back pressuring Vale. Pilhorn tosses it down low for Sabecki. Going to take it back into his own defensive zone. Sabecki pressuring against Copa in the corner. Copa able to come away with it. Gets around one. Pilhorn one touches it. Trying to get it back over for Hosevar. End up overskating it. Here's a chance so far. And a long shot save made by Rhodes. Sabecki trying to clear it out. Nearly turned it over. And out to the neutral zone it goes. But it looks like, indeed so, Graham's going to be the one that picks up the change. Once again here, not understanding why, Nico loves playing very far out of his crease. As you can see right now, during that set of play, he was in between the hash marks. I mean, on the season so far, sitting with an .863 save percentage. That's going to put him right around middle of the pack. I'll try and get you the exact statistics here in just a second. Save percentage, and I'm looking for row. Indeed, so that puts him exactly in the middle. .863 save. So far on the season, the best save percentage goes with Charles Hawk of the Silverbacks, .928, followed by a .905 of Jake Henson of the Burke Street Bullies. That's the youngest netminder we have in PHA. Alongside giving up a 3-flat goal against average on the season, has made the second most amount of saves on the season with 86. Shot here, save, rebound comes right out in front. As the netminder of Rhodes is able to cover it up. As for Rhodes, he sits in third place in save percentage with a .901. And once again, Rowe right behind him with an .863. Daniel Gumfrit and then Evan Goldberg, the two following them. Captain at the point. Comes down low, Pilhorn not able to hold on to it. Cross-ice feed goes up top. Here's a chance for the Mafia. West on the passing attempt, but just able to get it far enough over for Sedekassi. Sedekassi taking it in, losing the puck. Fortunately for him, that Steve Oakes didn't call him for interference. A shot there from the Stranglers, able to be gloved down from Rhodes. He'll just hold on to it in his glove. Keeps the score 2-1 with 11:09 to go here in the period. Comes out with Hosevar, sharp angle shot. Happ not able to keep it at the point as here comes a foot race between Copa of the Stranglers and 82. Gotta stick to it into the corner. Goes Copa able to deke around one, trying to drop it down low, but goes off the skate of a Mafia. And this is going to be worked back for Sedekassi. Vince fires one deep in his own defensive zone. Gives me huge flashbacks to that one beer league game that happened not too long ago as it's back over for Sedekassi. To the far side, Kilmer. Got a turnover as Hosevar trying to clear it out. Holds, trying to get around Apt. Stealth that drops it down low to the corner. Right out in front, firing his man down to the ice as here comes Apt. As I was getting at just a minute ago, for those watching, y'all have probably seen that clip of that beer league game where it came into a shootout, and instead of skating all the way in deep, just fired a slap shot in from the center dot. Poked it home, and that ended up being the game-winning goal in that game. And Vincent Sedekassi almost stood there to make it a 3-1 game here in the second period. Vale nearly falling over at the blue line as here comes Hosevar trying to chip it out to himself, and down the length of the ice it goes with 9 minutes to go here in the second period. What time does Krispy Kreme close? They have buy a dozen, get a dozen for $1 today. Down in the corner for the Mafia. Trying to find a centering feed. That's going to be glove from Moreau. Played. Sad. Going to be held on to there with 8:40 to go here in the second period. Oh, I found a way. Tipped out in front from the Strangler and cleared down the length of the ice. That should be an icing if it goes far enough. It will not be, as both sides stop skating for it. Back deep for the Mafia, taking up to the far side. They have speed as he looks to go from coast to coast. And on sides, 3-on-3. Trying to cut it back in front. Holds tripped up. That's not going to be a call there. Had a chance to be as Hosevar trying to work it out. Has to be played down the length of the ice. Not going to be far enough for icing. Out to center apt with it. Just holding, waiting for his reinforcements. They get back in on sides. And I mean, there's nobody trying to pressure it. And on sides, pressure up top for Gerber. Poked back out from Bill Camel. Stopped out in front and held on to was Brandon Rhodes. That was, apologies. 6:55 to go in the second period. Here comes a chance from Mafia up top. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Trying to get a centering feed. Goes through the feet of one, Bill Kim. So Becky fires a shot. Trying to send it through the 5-hole. Just holds on to it. Keeps it. That was Nick Rowe. 6:10 to go here in the second. As for Rowe, he's averaging 5 goals against on the season. So far tonight, he's given up 2. As for the other side for Rowe, it's giving up 3.5 on average. And he's only given up 1. Dropping it down low, got a stick to it, trying to spin around quick. There was 29, I believe, of Edwin, as he was looking for a second goal of the season. Kilmer trying to chip it out to center. So Becky was expecting it. He could have pressed the rush and got a breakaway. Instead, it comes back behind the net. Instead of Cassie looking to start a rush. Up top for Zabecki, trying to get it over for Tyler Kilmer. Has it hit the blue line. Cleared down length of the ice from Apt, as that's going to be an icing call here. 4:55 to go in the period. Puck's dropped, kept back in with Sedekasi. Kilmer trying to get it back over for Sebecki. Down low for 29, I believe that indeed so of Edwin. has a chance, had a netminder diving out to his right. But Rhodes was able to stand on his head here, keep this one out of the back of the net with 4:02 to go in a 2-1 game. I didn't think you could. Good. You know that Speedway Media thing that I'm on, that I can do pictures for? I can also make... No, I made this. I actually did that one. So I was trying to get you to see it. Yeah. I gotta get it approved. You see how it says submit for review? I actually have to submit it for review, unfortunately. Bullock trying to work it up the far side. Side of Cassie, that is. Works it for Kim. Gets it taken off his stick. Behind the back of the net. Coming down low. Turned over from the left circle. Deke still with it. Holds. Trying to get on a backhand. Nobody at the top point. As here comes Bullock. Bullock with 3 goals on the season. Looking for 4, but couldn't keep it on sides. As he's going to go off for a line change. Once again, the Stranglers here are very short-handed. Try to get a centering feed. Here's a chance from Gerwin. Right into the corner. Sharp angle shot. Goes off the body of a Mafia. This is going to be worked down low. Once again, going to be worked left to right, right to left. And it's just going to keep going back and forth here for the most part. Right at 15 shots apiece from both sides. Down link to this. It goes for an icing. 2:09 to go here in the second. Coming down low, Hocevar with it. Trying to fire a sharp angle shot. Had a chance with a man waiting on the back door. Vale not able to get it out. Hocevar fires a backhanded pass back deep into the corner, but the Mafia not able to clear it out. Took a wide angle shot here with a minute to go here in the period. Vale behind the back of the net. Out to center, Copa with 30 seconds to go. Able to get around Vale, but Vale just able to take the puck away and kill some valuable time here near the end of period number 2. Comes down low. Here's a chance for Pillhorn. Trying to dump it in deep. 10 seconds to go. Chance for one last rush if they hurry. 8, 7, 6 to go. Hitting the blue line. Loses it down into the corner, and that should just about do it here for the period. And there we go with a late shot. Not going to do anything here. Going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be back for the third period. 2-1 to score in favor of the Mafia. Welcome back here for the third and final period. Who ends your score in favor of the Mafia? Though the Stranglers have looked solid through the second. Here's a chance now, right out in front. Seta Cassie looking to clear it out. Fires a shot on, saved by Rhodes. The Stranglers with a great chance here at the start of the third period to tie this one up at 2. As for the shots on goal, the Stranglers currently leading at 18-16. As this has been a back and forth chance here for either side, as Becky has 1 goal, Bill Kim has 1. And unfortunately here for the Stranglers, I was unfortunately in the process of doing something else. This is going to be back behind the net, down low into the corner. Bullock spinning around, nearly got a shoulder there from Kilmer. Seta Cassie through the neutral zone, going to dump it in deep, nearly got a piece of Kilmer in offsides. As it's going to be at deep in his own defensive zone, trying to chip it forward. Able to get around Seta Cassie, he has a chance 2-on-1 if they're able to hurry. From back behind the net, Cooper trying to find a centering feed as it comes out for the Mafia. Still behind the back of his net with 18:45 to go in the period. Pass down low, able to go off the boot of Kilmer. As Bullock bangs one off the near side. Back behind the net, down low. Seta Cassie touches it forward for Sebecki. Sebecki fires on right out in front, and that's going to be covered up from Rowe.
It's making me start over completely. So, what's the point of using it?
I don't even worry about it. Goes down, link to the ice for an icing. So we'll have a little bit here of time before puck comes back into play. 17:40 to go now in this third period. Once again, still a 1-goal game. That's where you currently sit. Deep in the zone for the Mafia, going to back in it to the far side. Trying to get around 1, I believe that's 39 at Pillhorn. That's going to be worked down low for Vale. Vale has numbers as he hits the blue line. Winds up, fires, goes off the stick of 1, I believe was Apt, indeed so is here. He comes back the other way. Full head of steam is Apt, looking for goal number 1 of the night. Here's a chance, fires one on. Pad save made by Rhodes. Still loose down in the corner. Captain at the point, Hosevar. Holding, fires a shot on. Apt got a tip as it went very wide. Rhodes had no idea where that one had went. Trying to get a center feed. German fires on. That just got sent wide of that far post. As it's going to come out for the Mafia to the top side. Sebecki trying to get an odd man to look, going back the other way as here comes Bullock. Bullock, the leading scorer, gets another one, goes top shelf over the shoulder of Rhodes. And just like that, Bullock able to get his 5th goal of the season. And that one ties us up at 2, 16-19 to go here in the period. Is that the same bottom from the picture that she sent?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, I had to read.
No, I'm just saying,
my
is that the same one from? No. This is. I mean, it's similar, yeah, but I mean, it's.
Have you tried dark magazine?
You can't. I feel like this is like the premium version. Like somebody's paying for this. I feel like I don't know how long that was. I hope it wasn't long. I'm getting so many spam.
I got one today.
I mean, like, of course, when I want to show you. Shot goes off the crossbar and out. Cassie losing his stick in the process. No penalty here, as we're going to continue on. 4.5 to go now in the period. I'm going to try and write another one of these tonight, right before bed. But I mean, like an actual, like, good one. This took me 5 minutes. Four-minute apologies, as my scoreboard here on the clock is incorrect. So I said 4:05 to go in the third. A tie game. Next goal here very well could possibly be the game winner. Cassie's shot, glove save from Rowe, keeps it a 2-2 game. Gonna have the Sabecki line here up against the Bullock line, it does appear. Sabecki trying to win it back. Ended up getting the draw for a second, as here comes the Stranglers back the other way. Pinch it off, and just out of the reach of Cassie. Tried to glove it down for Copa, as that's going to go down like to the ice. This one will be an icing with 3:13 to go, so we'll have a stop clock right at the 3-minute mark. At least it does appear. And a very well, we might see an empty net opportunity here in just a couple of minutes. Clock started, as here comes the Stranglers up to the far side. On man rushes 8 to blind, trying to get around. Still with it. Shot. Toe save. Just able to hold on to it was Rhodes. Any poke there, and that had a chance to break the scoreless tie. As we still sit 2-2. A penalty here would be detrimental. Clock started and away we go. Pillhorn trying to keep it in deep, as here comes the back. He scored a 1 back in the first period. Still looking to get goal number 2. Just barely able to hold it in on sides. Stevix wanted to call that in for offsides, but we play on. Becky tried to get a centering feed. Man waiting on the back door, but can't get it to him. Bill Kim down low. Becky able to come away with it. Trying to get a centering feed, as here comes the Stranglers. They have numbers. Down low goes for Copa. Holds. Still with it for the time being. Centering feed went off a body. Had a chance to beat Rhodes at the near point. Fires one. Goes off a body of Vale with 2 minutes to go. 120 seconds. To the far side. Mafia with it. This is about the time that the Trash Pandas got their game-winning goal back in game number 1. As it was 4-4 with 1:20 to go. Kilmer down low. The 2 closest games we've had so far this season. And it looks like we're about to head into some overtime with 92 seconds on the clock.
Is that actually icing though?
Sure. I'll go with it. Puck's dropped with a 92 to go. Able to get it back to Mafia. Kilmer has it stuck up in his skates. Now under 90 to go. Shot! Goes on the net of Rowe. Able to keep this one out. As the clock's going to stop with 124. Stranglers able to get it out to center. Going to be a foot race back the other way. Mafia first one to it. Up top being pressured by 2 through center. Takes a little bit of hit between, looks to be Copa and Bill Kim. two of the bigger bodies here as it's going to be played out in the center as we're closing in on a minute. Takes a weird hop off the century, goes on net of row. Had to be ready for it as we get 60 seconds in the period. Gotta stick to it so no icing. Host of our applying the back check. Over skates it, nearly had a chance as here comes a Mafia. Once again, 45 to go. Centers it, trying to get it over the Camel, but couldn't beat the foot race. Host of our looking to clear it out, has it down low, but couldn't hold on to it. This is going to be an icing call. Nope, and did not make it. Now with under 30 to go. Tip just sent wide, had a chance down low. Tried to get a center feed, App keeps it in. 20 to go. Shot blocked from Hosevar, down low from Copa. Shot goes off the stick of a Mafia as it's going to be played to the corner. Kim centers it with 10 to go. Deeks around one with 6 seconds to go. Going to be one last shot if they're able to get it there. It will not be. Overtime should be 4-on-4 for 5 minutes before we go to a shootout. Going to be another 1 minute break, so we'll be back here for the start of this 5-minute overtime frame. 2-2 is your score between the Mafia and Stranglers. Welcome back here. Start of overtime. 1 goal and we're done. Oh, apologies here. It's not going to be a 5-minute overtime frame. It's going to be 3 minutes. As we're down to 2:45 already. Apologies there. I did think it was 5 minutes. Stranglers with it deep in their own defensive zone. Not changing sides here for this overtime frame. Cassie kept it in for the time being as here comes a chance for Apt as that's going to be cleared down to the ice for an icing. And indeed so we are going to have clock stoppage here in this overtime frame. I know. I thought I seen something messed up.
She's all quiet now since I texted her.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I did make an edit. Down low in the corner appears to be Copa. Had a chance down low for App. Not going to be an icing, said it was tipped. As this near side referee of Oaks had no icing, the far side of Nifong said it was. So we should have a face-off here in the neutral zone.
How many Thunderbirds fans do they start to do?
Puck's dropped, here's Apt, and on sides. Trying to get around Cassie. Shot gets blocked. Once again, another block as here comes to Becky. 2:16 to go. Clock is not running. Shot blocked out in front. Should be down to 156. And for the moment, I'm going to leave my clock the way it should to see if these 15 seconds come back to matter. We'll just see. So I got 1:56 on my clock. There's 2:11 on the in-arena scoreboard. Puck drop comes down low. Stranglers trying to get it out of their own defensive zone. Vale keeps it in. Down low from the circles. Shot gloved aside. Sebeki with it behind the back of that. Trying to come back near side. Right out in front. Goalie came out of his crease. Had a chance. Wide open in the slot. Mafia nearly had a chance with 1:50 to go here in the period. Blocked out in front with Apt. Just holding deep in his own defensive zone. Going to take it up top. Try to get it over for Bullock. That's me down to the ice. 1:35 to go in the period. Right at 90 seconds now to go. We'll see here if we do make it down to a shootout. And I believe it's just a best of 3. Vale fires one on that goes wide with a 1:19 to go. Misfire here. Here's Vale able to keep it in. 1:10 to go here in this overtime frame. Gonna pump it deep behind the net. 65 seconds to go. Vale down in the near side corner. Trying to spin it back around the other way. App trying to clear it out. Able to get it out to center with under a minute to go. On my clock here, as you can see, 40 seconds. Vale in onside. We'll see if these handful of seconds do matter. Here comes Sebeki down low. Hocevar intercepts it. Clears it out to the far side. It looks like the Stranglers are just playing here for a shootout. That might have nearly came out of his net to play that puck, as it's going to come down with 30 seconds to go up to the far side. It looks like the Stranglers are on a giant penalty kill in a sense. As a man waiting on the back door, got him there. Shot goes wide. Had a chance to end it with under 20 seconds to go here in overtime. Had a chance on the back door once again for Mafia. And as you can hear on my board, this does it. So we'll see if there's anything that happens in the last 10 seconds. Cleared out, and indeed not, and that should do it here for this overtime frame. Fortunately here for us that these last 15 seconds did not come back to hurt us as we head to a shootout.
Are you gonna make it zoomed in? You're gonna make it zoomed in or
That's fine. Here's a chance for the Mafia to start it off. It's 31. Skating in, shoots, and a save made by Rowe keeps this one out. As we sit 0-0 here through the bottom half of the first. It's going to be Bullock out for the Stranglers. Going to start here slow. As we're going to go right to left. Up against Brandon Rhodes. Bullock's already scored 1 on the night. Shoots, sends it high. As we sit scoreless through the first. Bullock had the most amount of goals coming in tonight for the Stranglers. That was with 4. The next closest behind him was Jumpin' Nilsson with 2 apiece, and I don't believe either one of those was here tonight. It's going to be Sebeki now for the Mafia up against Rowe. Sebeki has 1 dating back into the first period. Coming in quick. Holds. Trying to fire back in and stopped in the 5-hole from the netminder of Rowe as Sebeki is nailed shut here. 0-0 through 1.5. Back the other way now for the Stranglers. Look like he's going to come right through Broadway, taking it up high. Not going too far out of the hash marks. Holtz trying to fire a backhand shot. Save made by Rose. Keeps this one out as we sit scoreless through 2. Mafia coming with it. As we are not ready. Take it right back into center ice. Nick Rowe not ready here as here's that whistle, so away we go. This goal here would be huge for the Mafia. Forehand, backhand shot goes wide. Try to deke him hard going forehand. Did a lot of moves, sent it to the backhand. Did not trick Rowe at all. Another miss there. To the top, bottom half that is of the third, and it looks like it's going to be J.D. Apt. Apt in all alone, looking for goal number 2 of the season, trying to send it through the 5-hole, couldn't get it there. As we sit at 0s once again. And I believe now it's going to be sudden death. It's going to be Vince Sidicassi, the captain. Taking it in here against Rowe. Forehand, hold, shot goes wide. As once again we are scoreless. Here in this sudden death round for the Stranglers. A goal here would win it. It's going to take one shot here against Rhodes, and it looks like it's going to be 9 of Brian Copa looking to get his first goal of the season. Going in quick, forehand, shoots, hits the crossbar, goes in and scores! And it looks like the Stranglers come away victorious here in the shootout, taking 4 rounds. So final score here tonight goes in favor of the Stranglers. Final score being 3-2 here in extra. Quite a bit of extras going on in that overtime frame, but regardless here, final score 3-2 thanks to the shootout winner from the Stranglers. Next game will be back here on Tuesday night. Game time should be at 9:30, or apologies, 8:30 and 10, I do believe. So that's going to be all for us here tonight. Once again, Stranglers take this one home 3-2.